Greetings and salutations, my fellow gamers. My name is AFarCryAway, and today I got to play the new Payday 2 update, Update 100. Now, this is a pretty big deal for the game. Why? Well, because many reasons. First of all, the game is going to be a lot different than you might remember it. The new skills tree perk beta is now implemented into the game. This means that as opposed to the way it used to be where there was like a tree with skills that you may or might not have really wanted to use in order to progress onward, you had to get them. Now it is not really quite the same. It still has a little bit of that traditional element of, yes, you will have to get a certain amount of points to actually upgrade all the way. However, it isn't as bad and as costly as before, and actually I will admit I think a lot of the skills now are very good and a lot better than they used to be, and that's even talking with like the slight nerf that a lot of them got now that they've been finally implemented from beta to the full game. They're not quite the same as they were in the beta. I think honestly you could be the most tanky tank in the beta skills. Like, oh my god, it was like crazy, you wouldn't die. But now with the implementation of them into Update 100, they're pretty balanced and a lot of fun to play. So if you haven't really played Payday 2 in a long time, I definitely guarantee that you will have a lot of fun playing it now with these skills. Also, they gave us a free HEF grenade, or I believe it's an HEF or it's HE or something. Pretty much everybody now has a grenade. You do not actually have to own the DLC or whatever to get it, and that's pretty fucking great because now everyone's going to be throwing grenades and blowing up civilians left and right. But no, seriously, it's actually pretty cool to have them, as when you are in a full-on just assault wave, it can really save your bacon just to throw a nice little grenade on the floor and maybe blow up a couple of shielded enemies and tasers. It's quite nice to actually have grenades at your disposal, and yes, that is great. Also, what's really cool about this new update is there's actually new graphics options, and these hopefully will help you smooth out your experience a little bit. They've introduced some new types of SMAA, and it's going to give you a heavier but more accurate anti-aliasing with better color and detail retention compared to the FXAA. And then we also get screen space ambient occlusion, or SSAO. It's a heavier but more accurate and precise ambient occlusion compared to AOB. And then we've got parallax mapping. It's an algorithm for creating visual depth within 2D textures. At this time, it's only activated in bullet marks. So pretty much, that's pretty cool. Like, we've got some actual comparison screenshots on their update changelog. I'll try to remember to put that in the link in the description for you guys to see. But there's actually not too big of a difference, but it's enough to notice it with the new graphical options, and it's certainly great to have the options now. Oh, real quick, back onto the skills tree. What's really cool is that, unlike how it was in the past, now we have the potential to have like certain particular builds. I've seen on the Steam community builds for like a solid snake build where you essentially focus on stealth and using pistols with suppressors, and there's actual things that accommodate that playstyle in the skills tree. And I was using one in the beta that was pretty much all directed towards using what's her name? Sydney. I was about to say Signy. I don't know why, but Sydney and her anarchist perk deck. It was basically just focused on her tanking and getting headshot multipliers for extra armor buffs. I do believe they have kind of nerfed that out for the full build here in Update 100, which is a little saddening, but to be honest, if you're playing Overkill with Sydney and still using the anarchist perk deck, you're gonna be fine. It's not going to tear you apart. Now, Death Wish, it's gonna be a little bit tougher than it was before, but you know, if you're good, you're not gonna have any problems, so keep that in mind. And also with Update 100, they're making changes to the black market. So apparently the black market's now free, and safes are now divided into two categories: the old generation and the new generation safes. Any old generation safe is a safe that was released up to this point. Any new generation safe is a safe released from this point going forward. The old generation safes and drills have now stopped to drop in the loot drop. Starting June 24th, the new generation safe will start to drop in the loot drop. When you get one, you open it for free, no drill required. It's important to mention that no items have or will be removed from anyone. If you have an old generation safe, you can still purchase a drill if you want to open it just like before. And that's pretty great news to hear, that from now on we will be getting new generation safes with new skins, and we can open them up for free. That's actually really great news, as like a new player. I've seen myself getting, like, I think I've gotten two safes so far, and if I could have just opened those for free, oh my god, I would have been so much more happy about getting them. Instead, I really wanted, like, at the time, a new color palette for my masks, but hey, you can't always get what you want. Also with this update, we've gotten a absolute metric shit ton of just bug fixes and crash fixes and just little tweaks here and there to many of the heists, as well as better sound with like the sound issues that they were having. The weapons are now fixed with their scopes and their intended things, and the Steam market is going to have fixed, you know, all the drops and all of the things going on with the safes. So really, this is just a big old lovely patch full of just niceness. If you have been not playing Payday 2, try it now and see what you think, because honestly, as someone who didn't play it for the last like year and a half and then came back during this beta for the skills tree, I can say the gameplay experience for me has just been fantastic and a lot of fun. So check it out, especially if you love like running and gunning and doing cooperative stuff, PvE. This game is for you. And yeah, tell me what you guys think about Update 100. What would you change? What would you do to it? I personally like it, but that doesn't mean that everyone's going to like it. I'm sure the veterans of this game might not exactly 100% enjoy it, but for me personally, I have to say I give them a big old thumbs up, a seal of approval, the Far Cry stamp of epicness. Okay, maybe not that much. It's a good update, and I think they have a lot of good intentions now that they've finally retained control of Payday 2. So, talk to you guys in the next video. Feel free to leave this one a like or a dislike, depending on what you think about the video and how I did it. And maybe even subscribe. So yeah, talk to you guys later.